Today on the Daily Review, we discuss a movie from 2012 that I just watched, didn't really like, and do not recommend. It's called This Must Be the Place by good old Paolo Sorrentino. Sorrentino. Paolo Sorrentino. Oh my goodness gracious. So, all I did was draw this picture of him. That looks like him, right? Kind of a cartoon version. All right, this movie's crazy. It's crazy. Paolo Sorrentino is an Italian filmmaker, and he made this movie. I'm not going to even talk about it for very long, but it stars Sean Penn, Frances McDormand, David Byrne. You know, it's got everybody you would want in a movie. And Sean Penn plays Cheyenne is his name, and he's an old goth rocker who has shied away from the spotlight after some of his music. At least two people have committed suicide and referenced his music or said, you know, they helped me. He's supposed to be like a Morrissey kind of Blue Monday. What's that guy, you know? That's what they're going for. And he's all depressed. And it's really, really poorly paced. And the tone is very bizarre. You can't really figure out if it's a comedy or a drama, which is that's like a really big negative. So the first thing that throws everything off is the music is all done by Will Oldham, you know, Bonnie Prince Billy, and David Byrne of Talking Heads, which is what the name of the movie is a reference to. And it doesn't make sense. It's all this acoustic singer-songwriter music when his music was clearly like new wave, goth, like, you know, that thing, the Cure, that stuff. And so I don't know why they choose to do other types of music. I mean, I know at one point David Byrne's in the movie and Sean Penn's all upset that like he's kind of shied away from the spotlight and he's a recluse, and like he's like, I wasn't an artist, you're an artist. And David Byrne playing himself is like, yes, you're right, what's going on here? And that's it really. And Frances McDormand is his wife, and he just kind of mopes around the house. He hangs out. There's like 15 B stories. There's all these little stories that are actually more interesting, but they never spend any time with them. He hangs out with this goth girl that and it's completely non-sexual or whatever. And there's a boy that likes her, and he's helping that boy and that girl like get together. He's got a band that wants to be produced by him, that's the movie right there. He's got his story with his wife, his story with his father. He's dealing stock market stuff. He's got an invitation pending for MTV, who wants him to come back and do like the Video Music Awards or whatever. And it's really terrible pacing because you don't really know what it's about. And then it takes like a crazy midpoint turn that I think is supposed to be funny. And when I say it out loud, it's funny. But it isn't funny in the actual movie because you don't know whether you're coming or going. His father passes away. This is like 50 minutes in the movie. His father passes away, and he returns, I guess, to England or the United States or something. I can't remember. He must be in England. Oh, no, I guess not. I'm not sure. Anyway, so much I was paying attention. He returns home, and his father has died, and it turns out that his father had spent his entire life as a Nazi hunter. Like he was in a former internment camp patron. That's not the right word. He was, you know, held up in an internment camp, and now has dedicated his whole life to taking out Nazi officers that got off scot-free. And then it is then Sean Penn's duty to take over that job. And he's like this sulking emo guy now with a big gun who's got to finish his father's duty of taking out this Nazi officer in this like faux Mossad Adolf Eichmann storyline thing. It's very, very strange. And I don't know really what the movie's trying to say. I don't know if it's a comedy or a drama or both, but it is a disaster. The poster is very intriguing, though. Look at that. Good old Sean Penn. I mean, at least he takes risks. And Paolo Sorrentino is good. He is good. I like one of his other movies called The Great Beauty. And he's got other movies that people really like. He doesn't Americanize his movies, which is good. But that makes the pacing very hard for me to get on with. And they missed so many great opportunities. Like, he should have met up with the father in the morgue. It would, or I mean, at the funeral home when the father's getting makeup put on, because that would have made so much sense. Because he wears makeup, and then if his father was getting powder and lipstick put on, it would have been like this great moment where they're now equals. You know, even though his father hated him and didn't love him because he was weird and dressed crazy and kind of all that stuff. They just like missed so many opportunities. And I think just if the story had just been a down and out guy who's depressed and doesn't like the impact of the music he made and sees himself just as a pop star, not as an artist, then trying to bring up a new band, that he sees some hope in. The name of the band is The Piece of Shit. The Pieces of Shit, excuse me, which is a great band name. But anyway, I don't know. I don't even know why I bothered to review it, because you know what the truth is, actually? I'll tell you. I don't lie. First of all, I hate that the camera's stopping and starting like that. It makes me want to, oh my God, that makes me so angry. I can't even contain it. It makes me want to put my fist through the screen. Wow. You know that feeling you get like right above your stomach and below your heart? Oh my God. Because I can't figure out why it's doing that. Like, it should not be choppy at all. Anyway, let's not focus on the negatives, Joe. It just means that I'm just going to need to get a new computer in a year, I bet, or less. Anyway, that movie stinks. Don't watch it. Unless I don't know. I'm going to watch an interview, and if it's supposed to be a straight up, like, silly comedy, then I get it. But they didn't make it seem that way. And you shouldn't have to guess. The movie should tell you. But the truth is, I was going to review Woody Allen v. Pharaoh, which is only 2 episodes in, but episode 2 is quite damning, quite damning. If you were on, the side of Woody, excuse me here. If you were on kind of the Woody Allen side, I don't know if that's possible to remain on that side after the second episode, but you know what it is? I just don't even want to talk about it. It's so gross and depressing. And when I watched the second episode last night, it genuinely made me nauseous, because it caused like such a turmoil in me. Not just the crime, which is horrible, but like the excuses I've made for him because he's such a prolific filmmaker. And I genuinely don't know if I could ever watch a Woody Allen movie ever again after what I saw. Now, maybe it's not 100% and they're not in it. They don't get to defend their sides, but he basically, I mean, there's a phone calls where he totally inculcates himself. Is that the word? Implicates himself? He did it. He totally did it. He's a freak, dude. Stinks. Okay. All right. Music time and then bye-bye time. Okay. was fine. Class was fine. I just wish the image wasn't skipping. Yeah, I never knew this movie existed either until I watched it, and you don't need to know it exists. Crazy idea. Doesn't always work out. All right, see you guys tomorrow. I'll try and figure this out. I'm not even getting dropped frames. That's what stressed me out. I really can't. I don't know. Okay. If anybody knows, let me know. Don't watch Alan v. Farrow either. People are gross and horrible. Bye.